Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Card Nest. Today, we are going to discuss the $1,000,000 question that everybody has, which is, will product come down in price? Will product get reprinted? And is anything going to be released and have normal pricing? Is MSRP a thing of the past? And as a player, collector, and a store owner, I would love to know the answer to these questions because it's not fun for anybody right now. People trying to buy the product and open it, people trying to collect the product, people trying to do both. Just Pokemon right now just cannot keep up with the demand. And there's a lot of rumors floating around about reprints and this and that. And, I haven't heard much on my end from my sources, from my distributors. They seem to really not know much. It's kind of like they only know they're getting a little bit of product if it arrives at their loading dock. They really don't seem to know anything in advance. So today we're going to kind of get into all those questions that we all have. So let's start with the first set in the Sword and Shield era, released early 2020, which is Sword and Shield base. Right now, TCG Player, looks like the cheapest box is $242, and that's including shipping. I mean, that is insane. A couple months ago, we were selling these boxes for, I want to say 100. I think it was like $109.99, and then the price moved to I think $119. But then all that eventually went and sold, obviously, and customers had bought it. But before that had happened, before the hype really, really got bad, and people were pretty much just buying anything. I mean, no one really wanted this. It sat for a while on the shelf. Many people looked at the pile of booster boxes behind the counter there on the shelf, Sword and Shield base, and, they just asked, oh, do you have Darkness Ablaze, or do you have Vivid Voltage, or when is Hidden Fates coming in, and all that kind of stuff. And it really wasn't, maybe at release, it was, people got their fix, and they didn't really want it anymore. And now the price has more than doubled in the last 4 to 5 months. I'm referencing the price from about late 2020. So, I mean, that's beyond impressive, and that's just not normal. Typically, products, Pokemon, Magic, whatever game you want to look at, those are the two that we exclusively specialize in here at the Card Nest. But, products do not do that. When a product is out of print, officially marked as out of print, that's when they typically see their price movements. It'll move up 10%, 20%, 30%, maybe you'll back down 5%, 10%, and it kind of just goes up and down and slowly, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and it takes time. These products are pretty much released, and they're, the prices just start to go up from release day, which is just, it's insane. As a store, we're trying to supply as much product as we can to all our customers at the best price possible. We pride ourselves on being the lowest market price. In most cases, from what I've heard and feedback from local customers, the best local price. And that also includes Magic the Gathering. And we pride ourselves on being competitive and being the cheapest out there. But it's terrible when we have, for instance, Battle Styles. There was, demand for, I don't know, say 100 Elite Trainer boxes, and, we got maybe half of that, or, and it's just, you can't fulfill the demand right now. And it's frustrating as a store and as somebody that's like myself, that's passionate about this, that just really is trying to, make everybody happy and get the product in their hands. It's unfortunate, and just to see products like Sword and Shield base that are not as well liked at these prices, I'm scared to go down this list and just see what the prices of the other sets are. And also keep in mind that I did not price check all these before. I'm almost seeing them as you're seeing them right now. So we're going to go Sword and Shield Rebel Clash. This was another one that was kind of like kind of like Sword and Shield base, looking at pretty much $200 a box here. Same thing. We were selling them at $109 a box, and we just recently sold out on all our. We had some sleeve blister packs that we were selling at obviously regular price, $3.99 a pack, and we even had a bulk deal where if you bought like 18, it was $3.60 a pack or something like that. And those went for the obvious reason, but we try to get product in the hands of people that want to enjoy and open it. And it looks like there's just nothing for sale here. There's 6. So there's there's just not a lot of sellers even selling Rebel Clash, and right after 200 boxes, 210, 220, 250. It's insane. It's just never thought this day would come. So now we're all hoping and praying on when it would end. Let's see here. Darkness Ablaze booster box, $190 a box. Okay, more of a popular set. More reasonable than the other two, but still, this box should be, in my opinion, this is a relatively new product. Came out in, was it late August or mid to late August of 2020? This product should be still, the original pricing of Pokemon, which is between $100 and $120 a box. It should be available everywhere, and the way it always was. But unfortunately, we have a much larger community and customer base than we've ever had in Pokemon. And I just don't think Pokemon has yet figured out how much product they need to print for their customer base. Combine that with obviously the problems of 2020 and all the delays. I think we're not going to see normalcy, if there's going to be some normalcy in terms of pricing. In 2021, I don't think prices will be back to what we remember them 2016, 2017, 2018 pricings, 2019. I don't think we're going to see that this year. It's unfortunate, but that's my opinion. People are saying, dump Rebel Clash, Sword and Shield, whoever bought a box or has one closed, sell it all, they're going to reprint it all. And that's an interesting concept. Let me just finish going through these boxes and we're going to get into that. Vivid Voltage, the All-Star, $250 a box. So, wow. Sword and Shield base is the same price as Vivid Voltage right now. Wow. Not much to say. We know the Vivid Voltage problem. We barely got any. It was just, I've never seen any since. Not one of my distributors has ever said they had any in. Don't know if they were going to reprint this or not. That's the big question. Everybody thinks they are. I hope they do. But, we still don't know. And that's my, that's my number one question is, are they going to go back and touch all these and reprint all these Sword and Shield sets? Because these are all recent products and they're played in the competitive TCG and people want the cards and, it just... to leave these just laying in the dust like this at $300 a box, it's just it's very unfortunate for the customers and everybody trying to collect and all the fans. Now let's go here to Battle Styles. This is the most recent product. Came out mid-March this year. Okay, 152, and pretty steady around the mid 150s. This product should be between $100 and $120 a box. I don't think this should be $152 a box. It's over MSRP at this point. I just, we were selling them, our first wave, we sold out at, I think it was $119 a box. Obviously, we didn't get the quantity they were hoping. So, $119 a box was us stretching the price a little bit, but still, $30, $40, even a little bit more than $30, $40 below market at the time that we sold all these products out. And when we get wave two will be $119 a box, because I don't believe in a new release product $30 above MSRP. It's just not fair. It doesn't make sense to me. And it's just not something that, we'd like to do here at the Card Nest. It'd be a whole different scenario if this product was 3 years old and it's out of print or whatever, and the price can be whatever the price is at that point. It's like the Wild West. But when this is a product that just came out barely a month ago, not even a month ago, and it's already over, I just, it kills me to see it, but, this is what we're dealing with now. So to get into a little bit older sets, here's Cosmic Eclipse, for example, $5.50, $5.65 a box with shipping. Older product, came out, I believe, November of 2019, so, year and 5 months old, almost a year and a half old. Makes more sense to be more expensive, but not $560 a box, or, that's insane. The rate of growth that these products have had, anything, just the farther back you go, just the more expensive they get. And whether they were good sets, the better sets, or the more desirable sets, obviously grew more, but everything is just, it's just 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x. I don't think anything older than this is even less than 2x. And it's just crazy. This was a well-received set. People saying, oh, they're going to reprint Cosmic Eclipse. I've never heard that. I actually had my one rep at a distributor tell me that that's a rumor. That's an online rumor. There's no way they're going to do that, and he's never heard it from Pokemon, who he deals with at Pokemon. So here's another example on Broken Bonds. Well-received set. Big chase card, the Charizard Reshiram card was a big chase card in that set. $4.25. Same thing, just crazy prices. And then we have the excuse me. We have the big Holy Grail Evolutions. Actually came down a little bit. It was over $1,000 for a while. Now it's around $950. They're not going to reprint this. Years ago, you could look anywhere, any corner of any store, and you'd find Evolutions packs or products or ETBs or whatever just sitting on the shelf. No one wanted them at a point. It was a cool set, had the whole throwback feel with the card frames and all that, but no one, at a point, it was okay, we had enough, and it was just everywhere. And for some reason now, it's just disappeared. Whether it actually disappeared, or is it everybody gobbled it up and sitting on it, or if it actually just took that long for the supply to run out, no one knows, but this is just insanity. $1,000 a box, and it did it. If anybody doesn't really remember, it did this in less than a year's time. Early 2020, this box has started creeping up, and it just was like a 6-month period. You blinked, and it was like, what? And it was $8.50 a box plus. And now there's a little bit of a retracement, which I did expect. This is just a product where if you don't have it, I would not go out and buy this product at this price. It may never come down. It may retrace 10-20%. If you really, really love it and you want to pick it up, 10-20% less than what you're looking at here. If it's something you really want or it means something to you, then grab a box. But I don't think it's going to come, really going to come much lower than where it kind of is now, give or take 10-20%. Because it is an older product. It was from 2016. And they're not going to reprint this, in my opinion. Who knows? But I don't think so. Their priorities are on the new products coming out, and I don't think they're going to waste material, money, resources, and time going back to a product from 5 years ago just to make the price cheap. I don't think they're going to do that. Here's another popular one, Hidden Fates, League Trainer boxes. These were over $200 a box before the reprint. I do expect them to eventually go there again. But keep in mind, this is not a new product. This was from end of 2019. So this is an older out-of-print product. So it is a different animal compared to some of these newer release products. Like Shining Fates, has come down to about $85 to $90 a box. Most places that you see. These are all code cards here. So yeah, 85, 89. And then it just works its way back up to 90 with good quantities. The seller has 82, 10, 9, 10. So, but I expect the similar thing. People say Shining Fates is not Hidden Fates, and that's true, but, it's a cool product. It's got the chase cards, and it's just going to follow the trend of this product here, for the most part. Maybe it'll just tag a little bit behind it, but something you want to open and enjoy, it's a great time to get it. I know it's not this $55, $60, whatever Target, Walmart pricing, or the pricing that it would be in the Pokemon's old market that we remember before last year. But you know, I expect these to be kind of like the Champions Path pricing in terms of they might touch down to 60 something a box maybe, but I think they're just going to slowly work their way back up. And then it's just kind of, they don't reprint it, and it's just going to keep going. And I expect less reprints of these kind of sets, obviously, than things like Sword and Shield and Rebel Clash. So all in all, my opinion on the $1 million question is, are these prices going to come down? Are the reprints coming? The two big questions everybody's asking. Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I not touch it? Should I wait? Should I, And my opinion, from what I see, from what I hear, and just kind of following the trend of the card game for collecting myself for years, is, they say they want, they mention that they want to reprint. They know the recent products have been affected, and they want to maximize printing, but they don't print a month in advance. Their print schedule is probably 6 to 8 to 10, even maybe 12 months in advance. So right now they're already printing the set from the anniversary set, or set 6 months plus in advance. And I don't know if they're gonna, by the time we get to the point where they say, okay, we're ready to reprint the sets that have been affected from last year, are they really going to look as far back as Sword and Shield base? Because right now you're looking back, it's, a little more recent, but the further we move along and the longer this takes, the farther back that timeline is. And that changes perspective. And I don't, they're definitely not going to waste resources and time and money. They're not going to, waste all that stuff on an old set and slow down the print of a new set. They're going to prioritize a new release. So whatever product they have for the new release, they're not going to cut that back to reprint an old product. If they happen to get a little bit printed, I think they will, but I don't think there's going to be these big reprints that people would think that are going to just normalize this pricing. I think Pokemon has changed forever. I don't think we're ever really going to go back to that $100, $90 booster boxes. Distributors are raising, prices a little bit, and they see the demand, and we also have many more people that are involved in the card game now. Whether they leave in a year's time or not, that's to be figured out. But the demand is through the roof. There's more players, more collectors than there's ever been. And until Pokemon realizes how many things they need to print to satisfy that demand, we're going to see a shortness of demand. So I don't know if pricing probably will retrace. The more modern the product, the more of a swing I expect the pricing to come down if there is reprints, or restocks, should I say? I don't know if they're not gonna reprint I would be very surprised if they give a full, Primal Clash, XY Primal Clash size reprint of Vivid Voltage. I just don't see that happening. Could Vivid Voltage get a little resupply and retrace back down to 140 a box? It's possible, but even then, I mean that's a lot, and I don't see it going that far. I just literally see as soon as something comes in the door, it's already sold or accounted for. I mean, we get phone calls before we get product. We have people trying to pre-order Chilling Reign the day Battle Styles was releasing. Just to give you an idea of how hot these items are. No matter what it is, if it says Pokemon on it, it's sold. And to sum it all up, if you're in this for the money, you're in it for the wrong reason. I'm into it for the love and the nostalgia of the game. I grew up with these cards. When I was getting into these cards, they weren't even here yet. We were buying the Japanese ones before the English cards were even printed for the United States. And the hype was crazy. I mean, even back then you couldn't find packs. Everybody was taking their kids to the store to get Pokemon. And that's, it's happening all over again. But a lot of those people that grew up around it are grown up now, and they have jobs and they have salaries and they can afford their hobby. So they're reliving nostalgia. And with big people on the internet like Logan Paul and other famous celebrities and musicians, artists, you know, kind of buying in the game and showing, oh, I bought this card or this box. It's just making the problem worse, because all their followings and followers come and now are interested in the game, or even if 10% of them come, that's a lot of people. So I think it's just going to take time for Pokemon to adjust to the demand that it has, and once it does, I do believe that pricing will get more normal. But I do think that normal will be different than what we remember it. Um, I don't know if we're going to see $90 boxes again. Maybe the new normal might be 1 to 120, which is obviously way better than now and which is acceptable, but it's going to take time to get there. I don't think prices are going to crash, and I don't think they're just going to infinitely just keep going up and never come back down. Vintage product, I don't see it changing, because what's happening now is just making the vintage product worse, and they're, that's just whatever's out there is out there. So that really probably won't move much unless a lot of people lose interest in the game. It might retrace a little bit, but that vintage product is almost protected from price movements in a way, or from large price movements, should I say. So modern era product, in my opinion, to sum it up, could retrace with restocks, but if the demand stays, these prices will probably just slowly climb back up. So whenever those times do come, you want to catch a product falling on a down, when it's kind of dropping 10-20%, you want to catch it on a free fall and pick it up at a cheaper price, that's something good. But if you're saying, oh, I'm just going to wait for this product to be $100 a box, oh, they're going to reprint it, I'm just going to wait, I necessarily wouldn't do that either, because you might miss out on ever getting the product. So yeah, we're trying our best to get product every week, whether it's premium boxes, collections, ETBs, booster boxes, whatever it is. If you guys are interested in Pokemon, we ship all across the country, here in the United States, and we price our product at either matching or below the lowest market price. Most of the times below the lowest market price, and by a substantial amount. So we really try our best to get the product as cheap as we can make it, dealing with overhead costs and obviously with price increases and very low supply. That's the worst thing about it. If we can't do volume, you have to make the margin somewhere. And unfortunately, some people, get frustrated with that. And it is frustrating, because our goal at the Cardist was to make it just unworldly cheap. But, it's a very hard time to even do that. It's actually impossible to do that, because you can't get the quantity. But thanks, guys, for listening and tuning in. If you guys are interested in seeing what we have in stock, we have a pretty decent selection right now currently on the website. Just go to thecardnest.com, and you can see all the Pokemon product that we currently have available. We are limiting product, so to try to keep it fair for everybody. We'd rather give 10 people 1 box than 5 people 2 boxes. So we're trying to really spread the wealth as best as we can through these hard times and get the products in the hands of the people that truly want it and enjoy it. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the pretty much first official Card Nest YouTube video, and there will be more good ones to come. Let me know what you guys think, and have a great day, and thanks so much for tuning in.